big joke.
Steve had many great achievements. The one that I feel was one of his greatest was the Crocodile. He was told by experts that he couldn't do it.
The amazing thing was that Steve designed this all in his head with the idea that he could get crocodiles to come from enclosures out the back through a series of waterways into the Crocodile and then back out again. And no one in the world had ever done this before. There was no model to design this after. And while crocodiles really can't be trained, they can't be tamed, they can be somewhat conditioned.
No movement there, just be careful. Righto, box out.
There were a few things that were just for Steve that were really important. I think probably the most important would have been his surfboards, and he loved surfing. And it was a real blessing when Bindi finally became old enough to learn to surf.
He used to teach me to surf. We used to go out and surf together, and he used to give me lots of tips. I got up on the board quite a few times, but he was always the champion. I looked up to him.
To honour Steve's life and legacy, we held a memorial service in the Crocodile. It was a tribute that touched millions of hearts around the world, and particularly the words from the heart of an 8-year-old little girl.
Was my hero. He was always there for me when I needed him. He listened to me and taught me so many things. Daddy made this place his whole life. Now it's our turn to help Daddy. Thank you.
Steve's contribution will continue into the future. He had a great mind and he was a great scientist. A couple of months before we went on the August field trip, I put in the paperwork at the University of Queensland, an application to make Steve an honorary professor. I knew it had been approved, and throughout the month of August, I kept it from him. I didn't tell him.
I spent maybe 20 years teaching him all the things that I knew, and then he spent the next 20 years teaching me how to do things better.
I think I learned a lot of things from my dad about wildlife and keeping this planet safe. One is that you should never hurt or fear from animals because they're just nature's creatures. From a tiny little ant to this great white shark, they're all individual, and they're kind of like us. They have the same features, but they're trapped inside an animal's body.
Baby Bob will grow up in his dad's footsteps. He was Steve's own special little crocodile hunter.
Hey, thank you for helping me. You're a good help. And maybe next croc you could help me with the knots and do some good croc knots with the ropes.
I can.
Good. And how's your tummy going? Has it been behaving itself?
Yeah.
Oh, good. That's good. Yeah, that's pretty good. All right. Will we head off now?
Yeah.
Let's go set some more traps and catch more crocs tomorrow, will we?
Yeah.
Okay, mate.
You do it,
The future for the Irwin family is bright and promising. They have the strength and courage that comes from Steve's passion and enthusiasm. His goals and dreams will be conquered by their sheer determination that is the legacy of being an Irwin. The family of a fallen hero the world will always remember and whose heart still beats at Australia Zoo.
When people come into the zoo, they can feel Steve, and he courses through your veins here, I tell you. It's a beautiful thing.
I think Steve's major achievements were giving people the inspiration to know that one person can make a huge difference. And now we have to hang in there and keep it going and never forget.
I have a message for my fans. Whatever you want to do in this world, it is achievable. The most important thing that I've found that perhaps you could use is be passionate and enthusiastic in the direction that you choose in life, and you'll be a winner.